make sure to subscribe our channel and press the bell icon to get notified about our future videos. To the questions. Question 1. Which of these is the best practice to protect sensitive values in state files? Our options are A. Blockchain, B. Secure sockets layer, C. Enhanced remote backends, or D. Signed Terraform providers. The correct option is C. Enhanced remote backends. Use of remote backends and especially the availability of Terraform Cloud. There are now a variety of backends that will encrypt state at rest and will not store the state in clear text on machines running. Question 2. When does Terraform apply reflect changes in the cloud environment? Our options are A. Immediately, B. However long it takes the resource provider to fulfill the request, C. After updating the state file, D. Based on the value provided to the refresh command line argument, or E. None of the above. The correct answer is B. However long it takes the resource provider to fulfill the request. If you are creating a new virtual machine using Terraform, it may take a few minutes for the virtual machine to be created and for it to become available for use. During this time, Terraform will continue to report on the progress of the creation process and will display any errors or issues that may arise. Once the virtual machine has been successfully created, the changes will be reflected in your cloud environment. I go with B. Question 3. How would you reference the quote-unquote name value of the second instance of this fictitious resource? Our options are A. Element bracket on AWS underscore instance dot web, comma 2. B. AWS underscore instance dot web square brackets 1 dot name. C. AWS underscore instance dot web square bracket 1. D. AWS underscore instance dot web square bracket 2 dot name, or E. AWS underscore instance dot web dot asterisk dot name. The correct option is B. AWS underscore instance dot web square bracket 1 dot name. Index starts at 0, so the second instance would be 1. Question 4. You have recently started a new job at a retailer as an engineer. As part of this new role, you have been tasked with evaluating multiple outages that occurred during peak shopping time during the holiday season. Your investigation found that the team is manually deploying new compute instances and configuring each compute instance manually. This has led to inconsistent configuration between each compute instance. How would you solve this using infrastructure as code? The correct option is D. Implement a provisioning pipeline that deploys infrastructure configurations committed to your version control system following code reviews. To solve this problem, you should consider implementing infrastructure as code using a provisioning pipeline. By doing so, you can define your compute instances and other infrastructure resources using code which can be version controlled, reviewed, and tested before being deployed to production. This would eliminate the need for manual configuration and reduce the risk of inconsistent configuration between compute instances. Question 5. Which provisioner invoke a process on the resource created by Terraform? Our options are A. Remote-exec, B. Null-exec, C. Local-exec, or D. File. The correct option is A. The remote-exec provisioner invokes a script on a remote resource after it is created. Question 6. Which argument is required when declaring a Terraform variable? Our options are A. Type, B. Default, C. Description, D. All of the above, or E. None of the above. The correct option is E. None of the above. The type argument in a variable block allows you to restrict the type of value that will be accepted as the value for a variable. If no type constraint is set, then a value of any type is accepted. Question 7. Which task does Terraform init not perform? Our options are A. Source all providers present in the configuration and ensures they are downloaded and available locally. B. Connects to the backend. C. Sources any modules and copies the configuration locally. Or D. Validates all required variables are present. The correct option is D. Validates all required variables are present. Terraform init is a command that initializes a new or existing Terraform configuration. When you run Terraform init, Terraform performs several tasks to set up the configuration for use, including the following. Question 8. You have declared a variable called var.list, which is a list of objects that all have an attribute ID. Which options will produce a list of the IDs? Choose 2. The correct options among these are B and D, that is var.list square bracket asterisk .id and square bracket for O in var.list column O.id. A splat expression provides a more concise way to express a common operation that could otherwise be performed with a for expression. Question 9. Where in your Terraform configuration do you specify a state backend? Our options are A. The Terraform block, B. The resource block, C. The provider block, or D. The data source block. The correct option is A. The Terraform block. Backends are configured with a nested backend block within the top level Terraform block. Question 10. What command should you run to display all workspaces for the current configuration? Our options are A. Terraform workspace, B. Terraform workspace show, C. Terraform workspace list, or D. Terraform show workspace. The correct option is C. Terraform workspace list. This command will list all existing workspaces. Question 11. A Terraform provider is not responsible for. Our options are A. Understanding API interactions with some service, B. Provisioning infrastructure in multiple clouds, C. Exposing resources and data sources based on an API, or D. Managing actions to take based on resource differences. The correct option is B. Provisioning infrastructure in multiple clouds. The answer should be B, as a single Terraform provider can only provision resources in one cloud, not multiple clouds. Quote-unquote multiple Terraform providers can be responsible for multiple clouds. Question 12. What value does the Terraform Cloud / Terraform Enterprise private module registry provide over the public Terraform module registry? Our options are A. The ability to share modules with public Terraform users and members of Terraform enterprise organizations. B. The ability to tag modules by version or release. C. The ability to restrict modules to members of Terraform Cloud or enterprise organizations. Or D. The ability to share modules publicly with any user of Terraform. The correct option among all these is C. Terraform Cloud's private registry works similarly to the public Terraform registry and helps you share Terraform providers and Terraform modules across your organization. It includes support for versioning and a searchable list of available providers and modules. Question 13. You have multiple team members collaborating on infrastructure as code using Terraform and want to apply formatting standards for readability. How can you format Terraform HCL code according to standard Terraform style convention? Our options are A. Run the Terraform fmt command during the code linting phase of your CI/CD process. B. Designate one person in each team to review and format everyone's code. C. Manually apply two spaces indentation and align equal sign characters in every Terraform file. Or D. Write a shell script to transform Terraform files using tools such as AWK or Python. The correct option is A. Run the Terraform FMT command during the code linting phase of your CI/CD process. Terraform provides a command called Terraform FMT that can be used to automatically format Terraform HCL code according to the standard Terraform style convention. Running this command on your code base during the code linting phase of your CI/CD process can ensure that your code is formatted consistently across your team and conforms to the standard Terraform style convention. Question 14. What does the default quote-unquote local Terraform backend store? Our options are A. TF plan files, B. Terraform binary, C. Provider plugins, or D. State file. The correct option is D. State file. The local backend stores state on the local file system, logs that state using system APIs, and performs operations locally. Question 15. Which of the following is available only in Terraform Enterprise or Cloud Workspace and not in Terraform CLI? Our options are A. Secure variable storage, B. Support for multiple cloud providers, C. Dry runs with Terraform plan, or D. Using the workspace as a data source. The correct option is A. Secure variable storage. A is the correct answer. Terraform Cloud do provide secure storage for variables. Question 16. You run a local-exec provisioner in a null resource called null_resource.run_script and realize that you need to rerun the script. Which of the following commands would you use first? The correct option among all these is A. Terraform taint null_resource.run_script. This command marks the null resource as tainted, which means that Terraform considers the resource to be out of date and will recreate it during the next Terraform apply run. When Terraform recreates the null resource, it will also rerun the local-exec provisioner. Question 17. How is the Terraform remote backend different than other state backends such as S3, console, etc.? Our options are A. It can execute Terraform runs on dedicated infrastructure on premises or in Terraform Cloud. B. It doesn't show the output of a Terraform apply locally. C. It is only available to paying customers. Or D. All of the above. The correct option is A. It can execute Terraform runs on dedicated infrastructure on premises or in Terraform Cloud. If you and your team are using Terraform to manage meaningful infrastructure, we recommend using the remote backend with Terraform Cloud or Terraform Enterprise. Question 18. Which of the following is not true of Terraform providers? Our options are A. Providers can be written by individuals, B. Providers can be maintained by community of users, C. Some providers are maintained by HashiCorp, D. Major cloud vendors and non-cloud vendors can write, maintain, or collaborate on Terraform providers, or E. None of the above. The correct option is E. None of the above. E is the correct answer. It is obvious that D is incorrect. Of course, cloud and non-cloud vendors can collaborate on creating providers just like anyone else. Question 19. What command does Terraform require the first time you run it within a configuration directory? Our options are A. Terraform import, B. Terraform init, C. Terraform plan, or D. Terraform workspace. The correct option is B. Terraform init. Terraform init command is used to initialize a working directory containing Terraform configuration files. Question 20. What is the workflow for deploying a new infrastructure with Terraform? The correct option is D. Write a Terraform configuration, run Terraform init, run Terraform plan to view planned infrastructure changes, and Terraform apply to create new infrastructure. Question 21. Which of the following is not a key principle of infrastructure as code? Our options are A. Versioned infrastructure, B. Golden images, C. Idempotence, or D. Self-describing infrastructure. The correct option is B. Golden images. B is correct. Even if you are not sure, you can eliminate the others. A is the principle. Think of the case when you store the state in an S3 bucket and it gets versioned. B is not a principle. Where in Terraform documentation is mentioned anything related to images. C is a principle by definition of what Terraform does. D is a principle as you use declarative language. Infrastructure describes itself. Question 22. If you manually destroy infrastructure, what is the best practice reflecting this change in Terraform? Our options are A. Run Terraform refresh, B. It will happen automatically, C. Manually update the state file, or D. Run Terraform import. The correct option is A. Run Terraform refresh. Yes, in the older versions of Terraform, Terraform refresh could be used to reconcile the state file with the actual infrastructure. From Terraform 0.15 and later, Terraform apply performs this reconciliation. Question 23. You have deployed a new web app with a public IP address on a cloud provider. However, you did not create any outputs for your code. What is the best method to quickly find the IP address of the resource you deployed? The correct option is C. Run Terraform state list to find the name of the resource, then Terraform state show to find the attributes including public IP address. C is the best method to quickly find the IP address of the resources you deployed. Terraform state list will show you the name of all the resources currently tracked in your Terraform state. You can then use Terraform state show followed by the resource name to see all the details of the resource, including any attributes like the public IP address. Question 24. What information does the public Terraform module registry automatically expose about published modules? Our options are A. Required input variables, B. Optional input variables and default values, C. Outputs, D. All of the above, or E. None of the above. The correct option is D. All of the above. According to the official documentation, D is correct. Extract from documentation. The registry extracts information about the module from the module source. The module name, provider, documentation, inputs/outputs, and dependencies are all passed and available via the UI or API, as well as the same information for any submodules or examples in the module's source repository. Question 25. What is not processed when running a Terraform refresh? Our options are A. State file, B. Configuration file, C. Credentials, or D. Cloud provider. The correct option is B. Configuration file. Question 26. Which of the following is not a valid string function in Terraform? Our options are A. Split, B. Join, C. Slice, or D. Chomp. The correct option is C. Slice. Question 27. You have provisioned some virtual machines on Google Cloud Platform using the gcloud command line tool. However, you are standardizing with Terraform and want to manage these virtual machines using Terraform instead. What are the two things you must do to achieve this? Choose two. Our options are A. Provision new virtual machines using Terraform with the same VM names. B. Use the Terraform import command for the existing virtual machines. C. Write Terraform configuration for the existing virtual machines. Or D. Run the Terraform import-gcp command. The correct options are B and C, that is, use the Terraform import command for the existing virtual machines and write Terraform configuration for the existing virtual machines. About B, this command allows you to import existing infrastructure into your Terraform state file so that Terraform can manage it. You will need to provide the resource type and name along with any required attributes for each virtual machine you want to import. About C, once the virtual machines have been imported into the Terraform state file, you will need to write configuration code that describes the desired state of the virtual machines. This will typically involve creating a new Terraform module or modifying an existing one to include the imported resources. Question 28. Which two steps are required to provision new infrastructure in the Terraform workflow? Our options are A. Destroy, B. Apply, C. Import, D. Init, or E. Validate. The correct options are B and D, that is apply and init. The two steps required to provision new infrastructure in the Terraform workflow are B. Apply. This step applies the changes to the infrastructure by creating or modifying resources in accordance with the configuration described in the Terraform code. And D. Init. This step initializes a new or existing Terraform working directory by downloading and installing any required providers and modules as well as setting up the backend. Question 29. Why would you use the Terraform Taint command? Our options are A. When you want to force Terraform to destroy a resource on the next apply. B. When you want to force Terraform to destroy and recreate a resource on the next apply. C. When you want Terraform to ignore a resource on the next apply. Or D. When you want Terraform to destroy all the infrastructure in your workspace. The correct option among all these is B. When you want to force Terraform to destroy and recreate a resource on the next apply. The Terraform Taint command manually marks a Terraform managed resource as tainted, forcing it to be destroyed and recreated on the next apply. Question 30. Terraform can import modules from a number of sources. Which of the following is not a valid source? Our options are A. FTP server, B. GitHub repository, C. Local path, or D. Terraform module registry. The correct option is A. FTP server. Terraform can import modules from various sources such as a Git repository, a local file system path, or a public or private module registry. However, an FTP server is not a supported module source in Terraform. Question 31. When should you use the force-unlock command? Our options are A. You see a status message that you cannot acquire the lock. B. You have a high priority change. C. Automatic unlocking failed. Or D. You apply failed due to a state lock. The correct answer is C. Automatic unlocking failed. Manually unlock the state for the defined configuration. Question 32. What features does the hosted service Terraform Cloud provide? Choose 2. Our options are A. Automated infrastructure deployment visualization, B. Automatic backups, C. Remote state storage, or D. A web-based user interface. The correct options are C and D, that is remote state storage and a web-based user interface. Question 33. Where does the Terraform local backend store its state? Our options are A. In the /tmp directory, B. In the Terraform file, C. In the terraform.tf state file, or D. In the user's terraform.state file. The correct option is C. In the terraform.tf state file. Question 34. What is one disadvantage of using dynamic blocks in Terraform? Our options are A. They cannot be used to loop through a list of values. B. Dynamic blocks can construct repeatable nested blocks. C. They make configuration harder to read and understand. Or D. Terraform will run more slowly. The correct option is C. They make configuration harder to read and understand. Question 35. You have never used Terraform before and would like to test it out using a shared team account for a cloud provider. The shared team account already contains 15 virtual machines. You develop a Terraform configuration containing one virtual machine, perform Terraform apply, and see that your virtual machine was created successfully. What should you do to delete the newly created virtual machine with Terraform? The correct option is B. The Terraform state file only contains the one new virtual machine. Execute Terraform destroy. It is B for sure. The state file does not contain information about anything else that you might have on the cloud provider. Question 36. What is the name assigned by Terraform to reference this resource? Our options are A. Dev, B. Azure RM underscore resource underscore group, C. Azure RM, or D. Test. The correct option is A. Dev. Question 37. True or false? The terraform.tf state file always matches your currently built infrastructure. The correct option is B. False. After deployment, we can change configuration by manual, so terraform.tf state file may be different with current infrastructure. Question 38. True or false? Only the user that generated a plan may apply it. The correct option is B. False. B is correct. A plan can be stored as a file and another person can execute the plan file. Question 39. True or false? In Terraform 0.13 and above, outside of the required underscore providers block, Terraform configurations always refer to the providers by their local names. The correct option is A. True. Outside of the required underscore providers block, Terraform configuration always refer to the providers by their local names. Question 40. True or false? Terraform providers are always installed from the internet. The correct option is B. False. Terraform configuration must declare which providers they require so that Terraform can install and use them.